Everyone is talking about AI, but beyond the hype, how do we actually make money as business owners and how do we get real return on investments? And for those who don't know me, my name is Ivan and I'm the founder of several agentic SaaS products. And in this video, I'm going to give you the basics about the AI projects that every business owner should know before doing one. Based on some industry-leading reports, 40% of AI projects will be cancelled by 2027, and we obviously don't want to be amongst those 40%. For that, I'll now walk you through a step-by-step framework which you can follow to succeed with AI projects. Then I'll discuss top 5 most common mistakes that I have seen developing dozens of AI projects for our clients that you should avoid. And step 1 would be to identify the use case. And you shouldn't worry about spending too much time on that, because usually the right use case is the most important part of the project. And the first thing to do to identify the right use case is probably to think about how critical is the AI application to your business. In 2023, OpenAI published a great report that shows different types of professions and how exposed they are to AI. And we can clearly see that most of the professions are related to document drafting, producing some sort of text, doing calculations like mathematicians. We can see models like O3 that are doing reasoning, they are very well at math, and they are only getting better. Lawyers, accountants, analysts, and people who just deal with text and documents a lot. And if you see yourself across one of those businesses, you are probably in the high risk category, as they call it, which means you have great opportunities and great risks that if you don't do something with AI, the competitors will make you obsolete. And it probably also means that you have to consider using AI in your internal processes in your core work. So for example, if you are a law firm, you would use AI to automate document reviews, drafting contracts, potentially negotiating contracts, and other tasks that is the core highest value task in your firm. Now, after identifying the most significant and critical use cases that will protect your business from becoming obsolete, you should probably consider secondary use cases that are less critical, however, they can still yield high ROI. These are things like AIs that can write better product description, copyrights, and just producing promotional content with models like VO3 to make customer acquisition cost cheaper. An example of this can be my friend's video from qualification.com. And let's just have a look. This video is fully produced by AI, and this is just to promote a cleaning marketplace called qualification.com in Glasgow.
We have an emergency announcement for the public. There is a serious warning about people in Glasgow getting addicted to cleaning services offered from qualification.com.
I thought it would be nice to get some cleaners, but then I felt the need to get a cleaner again and again.
I just can't come home anymore and see a mess. It's beyond understanding.
Can you quickly give me your phone? I really need to book a cleaning service. Don't worry, it will just take me a minute.
Another great example of such use cases is customer support. AI is really good at conversational use cases, and I'm gonna now show you a product that does this for law firms, but you can just extrapolate it to any industry. So this is LexiDesk, one of the products of mine, and we have a widget on the website that can talk to customers via text or can talk to customers via voice. And let's just check the voice for now.
Hi. You reached Ashbury and Clark. This is Emma. How can I help you today?
Hey guys, do you have like a solicitor to help me handle I'm just buying a property and I'm looking for a lawyer for that.
Thanks for sharing that. Before we go any further, I'll pop a quick contact form on your screen, just so we can pass your details on to our solicitors after the call. Thank you, Ivan. Just to get a clearer picture, is the property you're buying residential, like a house or flat, or is it a commercial property?
Yeah, I'm actually selling my residential house and I'm buying an office.
Thank you, Ivan. So you're selling your home and buying an office space. Could you tell me the sale price of your house and the purchase price of the office?
Yeah, the sale is probably 300,000 and the purchase, I guess, 400,000.
Thank you for that. Is there a chain involved in your house sale or office purchase? By chain, I mean, are there other buyers or sellers whose transactions need to complete before yours can go ahead?
Not really. That's a straightforward sale and purchase.
Understood, Ivan. Will you be using a mortgage for the office purchase, or is it a cash transaction?
Yeah, I'll borrow 200,000 probably. Oh no, actually, I'll just borrow 100,000 because I'm selling for 300 and buying for 400, so yeah.
Thanks for clarifying. Is the office you're buying already vacant, or will there be tenants or a business operating there when you complete the purchase?
It's already vacant.
Great, thank you. Just to confirm, is the office located in England, and do you already have an address or area in mind for the purchase?
It's actually in the US. Do you have services? Do you provide services there?
We only handle property transactions within England and Wales, so unfortunately we wouldn't be able to assist with a purchase in the United
Yeah,
States.
it's fine. I guess I'll just get one in England then.
Thank you for letting me know, Ivan. Do you already have a specific office property in England in mind, or are you still searching? If you have an area or
Yeah,
address...
so can I just speak to a lawyer, please, already?
Absolutely, Ivan. I understand you'd like to speak directly with a lawyer. I'll summarise what you've shared. You're selling your residential house for around £300,000 and looking to buy a vacant office in England for about £400,000, with a mortgage of around £100,000. I'll connect you with Emma Lewis, our solicitor who specialises in property law. You'll also receive an SMS with her contact details. Is there anything else you'd like me to pass on to Emma?
No, thanks, it's fine.
Okay. If you need any help later, please don't hesitate to contact us. Goodbye.
Okay, now that we're done identifying use cases, we can rank them by ROI. It's a very simple, clear metric that will let you identify the things that you should prioritize in terms of your AI transformation. And that's just a simple formula that I'm showing on the screen now. Just use that, mark every use case with that, and I'll guarantee that you will not fail if you go one by one from the highest ROI to the lowest one. You can also just follow your gut feeling and start with the second highest ROI or third highest ROI, it's up to you. But what's very important is to not do the projects whose ROI is below 1. Once we're done prioritizing our use cases by ROI, let's go to the step 2, which is the most fun one, search for existing solutions. Very frequently you don't need to build anything, as most of the AI things are already developed by someone and sold as a subscription or a pay-as-you-go model. And I'm gonna now show you a step-by-step tutorial on how to find all the best existing solutions within like 5 minutes. In order to do that, we just compile a good research prompt. And luckily there is a very simple way to do that. We just go to anthropic.com/API, we click start building. If you don't have an account, you create an account, just use Google for that. And now we land in the dashboard, and here we just click generate prompt and write our first basic prompt for this task. So let's say we are a property manager and we're running a letting agency business, and our problem is that we get lots of calls from unqualified leads about our properties, and sometimes people don't have budgets or other tasks, but we just need to handle lots of calls, and we spend a lot of money on call centers to do that. The usual framework that I'm following to define research prompts is problem, solution, and task. So our problem in this case is the one I described. Then our solution that we want to find is the AI that handles calls from unqualified leads. And the task is please perform the comparative analysis of existing tools. And we are specifically interested in capabilities, pricing, security and compliance of those tools, and reviews from existing customers. So this prompt is not amazing. That's why we use the tool that Anthropic provides us to improve it. Let's just click generate and see how good of a prompt we will receive. Okay, this looks much better now. And the next thing we should do is just copy this and go to chatgpt.com, paste this prompt and select deep research tool and run the deep research. Usually ChatGPT comes back with the clarifying questions, so answer those. Good, now we've launched our deep research, and let's go to Claude and do the same. So here we are with 2 AI agents working for us and finding the best solutions for the use cases that we have identified. Okay, we're back. Both of our AI agents ended their work, and let's see the results. So ChatGPT has identified a few providers for us, and Claude has also produced a full-blown report talking about different providers and their respective pros and cons. What I would usually do now is I would copy both reports and I would go to ChatGPT. I would select a model that's called O3 and paste it here, and they say, given my initial query, recommend me top 3 providers. And let's see what it comes up with. As you can see, O3 is searching the web and just reassuring itself which providers are the best given our initial request. So make sure that initial request for the research, the one you used before you built the improved prompt, is very good, and reflects exactly what you want to find and what problem you want to solve. Okay, here we are. We've got Phonely, we've got Convin AI, and we've got Retail, and exactly those requirements that we asked for, which is capabilities, pricing, security, and reviews. And then you just go to their website and choose the provider you like. Now, if there is not a single provider that satisfies your task, in 90% of the cases, that provider connected with other no-code tools like NA10 or Zapier or Make.com will solve your problem. If not, then we go to the step 3, which is more custom development and define your spec. Now, when it comes to producing a spec for the AI projects, it has some differences compared to a typical software projects, but the main thing, it should provide the developers an understanding of what problem we are trying to solve and a clear story of the user and how the user will behave using that AI agent or that internal automation. So for that, I've prepared a template that you can follow to just and copy and just produce a spec for yourself. Let's have a look at that. So this template consists of 7 key points, which is project overview, definition of the use case with the ROI calculation, scope and deliverables. It's very important to specify what's out of scope, because the AI projects can become very exciting and many use cases can be found during development. And that's very important to articulate clearly what should be done and what shouldn't be done in advance. Then the user journey, which is the very important part to just identify how a user will interact with it. For example, they will open this interface or they will open Google Sheets. It will take data from Google Sheets, import it into CRM. Then they will open CRM. There will be a human in the loop part for approval of the agent steps or any other kind of journey of a user, so that the developer can clearly see what the UI and UX should look like, if there is any. Then the technical approach, which can be omitted if you're not technical, can be done by the developers. And then what is very important is the success metric. For example, for a chatbot, it can be, we want to automate 30% of customer interactions. Or for voice call handling agents, we can say that we want it to qualify leads in 95% of the time very accurately. Or any other success metric that will be an easy, fun metric that the developer can follow to optimize the AI solution. Okay, now that we understand a step-by-step of creating an AI agent, let's switch over and discuss the most common mistakes that people make when they are building these AI automations and agentic AI projects. Okay, so mistake number 1, automating without a clear use case or ROI. I guess there is not much to say about this one. Just make sure you have an actual real problem that you're trying to solve, and there is a more or less understandable and clear definition of how much it will cost to do and how much it will bring you. The most common mistake number 2 is the idea of a big launch. Trying to automate a complex process from day one is another mistake that business owners make. A much smarter approach would be to start with a simple MVP that has AI that suggests the action or the output and a human in the loop that confirms that output before it goes where it needs to go. And then, as humans accept 95% or more of those suggestions, we just gradually remove the human in the loop and let AI be more autonomous. And we continue the step over and over for the most critical parts of an application, creating a data flywheel that allows us to improve the application gradually and letting people get used to the AI performing those actions. Another critical mistake is not educating your team. The effectiveness of any given AI agent depends entirely on how people interact with it. And I have seen countless times that business owners just buy an AI automation, install it, and not educating the team, and getting frustrated that they're not getting the results. A great AI system with an untrained team is like giving a sports car to someone who doesn't know how to drive. If your team doesn't understand how to use it, or worse, doesn't trust its outputs, you're going to miss out on its real potential. And my advice would be, as part of deploying an internal AI tool, make sure to create simple training materials to show your people how to get max results out of it. Okay guys, this is the end of this video. Those were top 3 most common mistakes that people make when deploying AI agents. I hope you found this video useful, and make sure to leave a comment down below describing top 1 highest priority use case you have in your business that you are thinking about automating, and I will respond to all of them.